Hey YouTube, day 9.5 from the start of this renovation on the tiny house, park model trailer. We've got the floor completed. The subfloor is in. I'll have a bunch of pictures I'll show you kind of through the process at the end of this video if you like to watch that kind of stuff. But whew. Alright, so a major milestone in this repair job from the water damage. I'm standing back here in the bedroom. Got all this underneath the dresser. Goes clear back to the next joist and underneath the rim around the heater vent. Over here in front of the doorway, we put in some extra blocking and so forth in front of the doorway to make it stronger than what it was before. And then half of the bedroom, with the exception of about 3 feet, has been completely tore out and redone with the plywood. That's half of the closet. The only part that we didn't tear out was this little triangle. It's still pretty solid, and that's right where the slider rail goes for the slider doors for the closet. But we didn't tear that out because there's a joist right here. It just wasn't necessary. But every single other piece except for that and what's underneath that bathtub has been tore out of here and taken to the dump. There's all the drawers for the dresser over here. But boy, it's a good feeling. We've got all the crummy wood and all the tear out stuff completed, except for maybe just a little bit of drywall in the bathroom to square up corners so we can put in some nice big sheets of drywall in there to replace what we tore out of there. But that's all been reinforced. That's where this stackable washer and dryer is going to fit right in here. And we actually added some extra bracing underneath the floor there, because that is a lot heavier than it looks. It was crazy just trying to move it that distance right there. So we decided to put in some extra bracing below it right there, and we'll never have to worry about that floor right there again. Thank goodness we were able to save this dresser. That would have been a huge bummer if we wouldn't have been able to salvage it, but we were able to tuck the new floor up underneath it. Maybe you can see a little bit of water damage along the bottom kick rail there of the dresser, but that'll be covered with trim once we put, we're going to put wood floor in here, or laminate wood colored flooring throughout the trailer is what they want. So that's what we're going to do. It was quite a chore because we had to do a lot of smaller pieces in order to fit things in around existing furniture and stuff. So like this piece here, we had to do it's 28 inches or something across here, a piece to slide up underneath the dresser before we could put in this piece. So we had to do it in several pieces, and same thing over here. Up underneath all these closets was a 2.5 foot piece that had to be slid underneath the closets to get under these existing walls, and then we had to put one down in the hallway. But literally every single piece of the subfloor, with the exception of very front of the living room where it wasn't wet, and then this back wall across the back of the bedroom where it wasn't damaged, has been completely replaced. The guy that started this project before we took over had torn out this whole cabinet here, which is, I don't know, it's kind of unfortunate. We would have probably tried to save it. It did make it easier to replace this piece of flooring, but anyway, we would have done it just like what we did here. Made a piece and slide it underneath underneath the cabinet would have been able to save it, but we'll have to rebuild something for that. Anyway, bathroom's complete as the subfloor, and that took a lot of pieces because we're going under 3 walls. That one, this one, and that one. So lots of pieces and sliding and fitting, and around the toilet flange and around the heater duct. Lots of little puzzle pieces to fit in there and get it around it as it's already existing. That takes a lot of time and a lot of blocking to be built to be able to do that. It's a ton of work, but in the long run, at the end, it's going to be nice. And the kitchen, of course, we finally got that piece back over here in the corner, so it's been completed, and that's all going to be under the cabinets, under cabinets all the way over to about here somewhere. Maybe clear over to here at the edge of that paint line. But wow. And that's all the stuff crammed up in the front where we didn't have to do anything, thank goodness. My dad was able to get a wire put in here for the garbage disposal. We'll just have to mount a box here with an outlet, double outlet, and that'll go right directly below the sink and the window, and then sheetrock that. So the sheetrock will be the next project. Get the sheetrock all cleaned up and finalized and sanding done, and then we can clean it up one more time and then start putting the wood floor in. What did I say? 9.5 days. Yeah, it's interesting. The other person that was working on this while we were all out of state, this thing sat vacant for about 2 months, maybe even longer than that. And all he had done was tore up this living room floor and the carpet and all the cabinets that he ripped out. But I don't know. I'm not going to bash the guy. He's a good guy, and he was trying to do a good job. He's just way too slow. We were hoping to have this done by October 1st, and then he called us 4 days before we were coming out here, and I called my parents, said it wouldn't be done till middle of December. So we decided we're going to come out anyway, and I'm going to work on it. So that's the story, and that's how it went. Here we are, day 9.5, and at least we have the subfloor repaired and replaced. Anyway, I'm tired, guys. I'm going to go get a shower and get cleaned up. I got a few battle scars from things flying around, and I guess we'll catch you on the next one.